Hello everyone. So I just wanted to read through this list of important points that I really want you to take on board for your home learning, okay? So firstly, this slide is going to be at the start of every single video. You don't need to listen to it every time, it will be the same information, but it's there if you need to go back and check anything, okay? So just listen to it this first time and then you can skip through it. So you need to send me a picture of your work on Show My Homework or via my email address, which is there. All right, that's how you're going to show me that you have completed the lesson. If the slide says optional, which will normally just be at the end, okay, for maybe the plenary or something, this means that you only complete it if you would like to, but just that one slide, all right? I will chase work from after 9 a.m. on the following day. Okay, so if you have not submitted it to me, I will be messaging you on Show My Homework asking for it. If you don't come back to me, that gets passed on to your house managers who will make a call home, okay? So where I've put a picture of a phone camera on a slide or video, all right, this means I probably think that's a good task for you to photograph and send to me as proof, excuse me, that you have completed the lesson, all right? You must treat this like a normal lesson, guys. You need to listen to my narration, pause the video to work on tasks when you need to, and you can go back to revisit different bits as well. Where there's a green box and an arrow somewhere in the video, that means I'm pointing to something that you won't be able to access on the video. So a clip from YouTube or a worksheet. That's when you need to pause the video, go back to Show My Homework, find the link, it will be there where this piece of work is, all right, or find the document for the worksheet. If you can't open the video, then there is a PDF and you can work through the tasks as best as you can. They're exactly the same thing though. We've also created a History Team YouTube channel called History Scholar. All of the videos, all of these narration videos will all be on there, okay? So there's be a playlist for your year group, go into your year group, and you, as me as your teacher, need to be looking for the one that says Miss West and then the lesson that you're after, all right? I would advise you copy out tasks onto paper. You won't need to print anything, okay? But if you are completing work on a computer, then I would really advise that you only do that if you're able to print it. Because you need to bring, which brings me on to my next point, which is super important, you need to keep all of your completed history lesson work safe. All right, you need to bring it in with you when we're back in school, and we will spend our first lesson gluing it into your books. I will then collect your books and mark the work that you have done, all right? So if you've completed your work on a computer, you must print it or start completing it on paper. Everybody is off, guys. So if everyone sent me their work to print, I'm at home too. Okay, so I'm not in school because I'm isolating as well. But I expect to see that work when we return to school. All of the work, the whole lesson for all of the lessons that you've been set. If you've got any questions or there's anything that you're unsure about, then just send me a message on Show My Homework or email me and I will do my best to answer you, okay? Enjoy the lessons. Please work hard. We have to remember that we have to treat this like we were still in school. So there's no excuse. You wouldn't not do your history work in my lesson, so there's no excuse to not do it now, okay? So good luck. Message me if you've got any questions. Morning, everyone. Hope you're all doing okay at home and managing to get on with the work okay. So we are starting kind of a new unit now. So we have looked at the different ways that William controlled England, okay? Some of them were a bit boring, but we had to cover it. So we looked at the feudal system. We looked at what he did to the people in the north when they tried to rebel. So terror, how he terrorized people. And we looked at the book that he created in 1086, the Domesday Book. So now we're going to look at what the final way was that he used to control people. And this will take us through about the next 5 or 6 lessons, all right? So I know you guys are working from home, but the same thing applies. Please complete all of the work as if you were in a normal lesson on a piece of paper. You then need to bring the work in with you to class and we will glue it all into your books. So, title for today is Introduction to Castles, and lesson objective, to evaluate your knowledge about castles and identify what you already know. So this is just a quick recap quiz, guys. There's a little bit of a starter to get you remembering about the things that we've previously learned, okay? So 9 questions there. either answer them in a full sentence in your book or write out the questions and then write your answer underneath, however you want to do it. You've got 9 questions there. So for this task, you'll need a piece of paper. So you need to do this separately to your work, okay? So preferably an A4 piece of paper, if not just any piece of paper. So I want you to give it a little title, My Castle. And then what I want you to do is draw a picture of what you think a castle looks like, okay? So this is completely up to you how you draw it. I want you to add in as much detail as you know about castles, all right? So spend a good few minutes just drawing that out, what you think a castle looks like. So when you picture a castle in your head, what do you see? So you should have your completed picture of what you think a castle looks like now, okay? So what you'll need to do now is in the Show My Homework page where this homework was listed, at the bottom will be a link to the video that you can see in the bottom right of here where it says Castle 7 minutes long. Okay, so you need to go back, you need to pause this, you need to click on that link and watch the video. Whilst you're watching it, I want you to write down at least 5 things that you can learn about medieval castles, all right? So at least 5 things. You need to list them down on your paper where you've written your title. And then I want you to think about how similar was a medieval castle to the castle that you drew. Okay, write a little sentence if there were things there that you drew that it did talk about, or things that you didn't draw that you found out about in the clip. Okay, so pause this now, go to the link in the Show My Homework page, watch it, and then come back to this. So you should have watched your clip and written down all of the information, so listing at least 5 things that you learnt from the clip. Okay, and what I want you to do now is just complete the sentences in the yellow box. So you have got 2 pictures there, picture A and picture B. So I want you to tell me how you know that picture A is a castle and how you know that picture B is not a castle. So what I'd like you to do now, guys, this is just a consolidation of your knowledge. So putting down everything that you have now learned about castles. So I want you to copy and complete these sentences just to show me what you know. So you have got 1, castles are. You've got 2, castles were built from. 3, the purpose of castles. The purpose means why was something built. That's what we mean by purpose. And 4, the types of people who lived in castles. So just see if you can get down an ending to those 4 sentences for me. That would be great. So this is your final task for your lesson today, guys. And you can see there that right in the middle is the picture of the photo, the camera phone. That's because this is the piece of work that I would like you to take a picture of or to send me back on Show My Homework to show me that you've done today's lesson. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is pick a castle from the list below. You can pick completely your own castle. It doesn't need to be one of these ones from the list, but I've put them on there to help you, and because they're all quite popular castles and they're not too far from where we live. Apart from the bottom one, which you might notice, I'm not going to try and say how it's said, but that is the castle where the current series of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here is taking place. So I thought that might be a good one if anyone was interested in finding out a bit more about that castle. So what you're going to do is pick a castle or pick a couple of castles if you want to make a bit of a leaflet, or just one. It's completely up to you. And create a fact poster or a leaflet about it. Okay. It needs to have a drawing or a picture of what it looks like now and what it might have looked like when it was first built. It needs to have the date that it was first built. It needs to have some interesting facts about it, who has lived there, what it's used for now, etc. And the more info you can get on it, the better. If you want to do more than one poster or create a booklet, then go for it. But just remember, it's going to be today at 3 p.m. when I'm going to be chasing you up for the work. So maybe start with 1, get 1 done. And then if you'd like to do more, you can do that in your own time. So good luck, guys. Enjoy it. This should be a really nice task for you. And I'll see you when we do our next lesson. Please remember, you must take a screenshot of it, or send it to me on Show My Homework, or email it to me. Any of those things is absolutely fine. And my email address is back at the start as well if you do need it. Have a great day.